Everyone's saying that Shadow of the Erdtree's difficulty is the problem. I think the real issue is that somehow Elden Ring became this huge mainstream cultural success and that everyone has forgotten what it really is. A Souls game.
Not apologetic.
Nonsense.
This little niche game that before this only appealed to a very small number of people. This is still a Souls game, and that's what people forget. Even though Elden Ring is Dark Souls easy mode, meaning you have a lot of quality of life things they brought in to help bring in a bigger audience. Your States of Marika's, your horse, your heavy magic builds, your summons like your Mimic Tier. I can remember the States of Marika, make you appear right at the boss fog wall. I can remember in older games, the run back to the boss was sometimes as difficult as the boss was. Like Dark Souls 1, the run back to the Bed of Chaos, which was like this gimmicky type boss, so you had to play it several times to figure it out. The run back to that was like 6 or 7 minutes and you would have multiple enemies. It was crazy, but people are forgetting that this is a Souls game. And what they've done is take all of that stuff that made Elden Ring easy and almost strip it away down to its bare bones difficulty in this DLC, meaning no matter what level you're at, you're essentially starting at level 1. You're not one-shotting anything. And yes, these games are difficult. I'm not one of these guys who's going to sit here and go, oh, if you can't play Elden Ring easily, you're not a gamer. These games are tremendously hard. They're meant to be hard. Hell, right now as I'm recording this, I'm currently stuck at 2 different bosses. But Elden Ring is an open world game. Go somewhere else. Get good. Come back and face the challenge that awaits you. People went into this thinking that their level 300 mage or strength build was just going to be able to come into the DLC and steamroll everything. But this is taking it back to the basics. You must explore. You must see what the world has to offer. You must level up your character. You're essentially starting at level 1. It's almost as if because the original challenge of Elden Ring is 2 years behind us, that people have forgotten exactly how hard it was. It's almost like they look back on that challenge with great memories, but forget how absolutely frustrating it was in the moment, and they just refuse to go through that again. So much so that FromSoft had to come out and start posting on their socials and send out on their mailing list that you need to be upgrading your character. But all these Steam reviews are saying, bad design, everything's just too hard. It's not hard, it's a Souls game. Well, it is hard, but it's exactly what it's meant to be, being a Souls game. It is frustrating. That's exactly what you signed up for, though. These games are going to beat the shit out of your dick hole. But when you overcome that challenge, when you achieve it, that's what's so beautiful about these games. And if these games aren't for you, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Go play Mario, go play Zelda, go play God of War. There's plenty other games. This doesn't have to be a game for you. The best thing about these games is they're not for everyone. This is the sort of thing, though, that happens when an underground phenomenon brings its way into the mainstream. Okay, so whether we're talking about underground horror films, video games, hip-hop, anytime the mainstream tries grabbing a hold and exposing something in the underground to the masses, it never sticks. It's sort of like what we were seeing with Tech Nine's career a few years back, or what we're seeing with Jelly Roll now. It's a strange thing when the underground does creep up to that mainstream level. It never, ever sticks, and I'm completely happy with that. I can stay in the underground, and y'all can keep sucking Taylor Swift's twat. Now, I am at a point in the game where the game is telling me, if you proceed any further down this way, this is going to be in-game stuff. So what I did was I turned around, This game is so huge, and plus, I'm a Souls player. I spent over 2 years waiting for this game, so I'm going to see everything it has to offer. You know, I found so many hidden areas, like where there will be a hidden wall, and that hidden wall will take you to a coffin that takes you down a waterfall to a big sprawling hidden area with several different things. But hidden inside of that area is a cave, and then on the other side of that cave is a completely new hidden area, like the Abyss Forest, for example. I have to keep a little, like a little pad showing me what I have and haven't done. And like right now, even though if I was just pushing through the game, I probably could have beat it days ago. But I have like 2 mausoleums to clear, some catacombs, some dragons to fight, 1 side boss, 1 major main game boss, and then I'm helping people out, you know, who summon me in to help them with boss fights. I think this game is phenomenal, and I don't see the difficulty spike from even Elden Ring to this. And that's another thing I did see in the reviews where people were mad that they had, you know, there were requirements for the DLC. So you had to beat Moog, and there was another boss, I believe. People hadn't even done that. They hadn't even been to those areas, but they want to be in the DLC. It's like you already have the DLC, a version of it. You have unplayed content, probably entire areas of the game, dozens of hours that you haven't touched yet. It's almost like I say, it's been brought to this mainstream phenomenon where a lot of people don't even care about the DLC. They just want to be a sheep and suck the mainstream's dick a little bit and get involved, which will no doubt be another cultural phenomenon. But if you hadn't finished the main game, you got plenty of stuff to play, and then go with the DLC. You know, I can really tell though that people are having a lot of trouble. Like, if you don't know, you'll see a lot of bloodstains on the ground. You can touch those bloodstains, and those are where real players had died at, and you can see their last 3 to 5 seconds and how they died. So before Elden Ring, if you walked into a room or an area and you saw 20, 30 blood splatters on the ground, you knew it was time to like buff up, get ready, it's going down. But now I keep getting fooled because I'll see that and, you know, I'll buff up, get all ready, and then it'll be an enemy that you can take down in like 4 hits. Also, the amount of people who are just jumping off of cliffs is insane. Now, I understand there are secrets, like there's some bosses in this game where you have to jump down, but there's no sign of that in these other locations. And every time I hit a cliffside, I see people just horsey jumping into the air, and obviously it's just death. Or begging for heals. So people wanting to applaud messages. If you applaud someone's message you see down there, they receive health real time in their game. I'd say 1 in every, maybe even 2 in every 3 messages are, wasn't this message great? Please give me heals. It's kind of pathetic, you know, but this game is absolutely huge. Like I say, the amount of hidden areas inside of hidden areas that take you to brand new spots is just tremendous. Like, I, from a roundabout way, found a place I didn't have a map fragment to. So in searching for that map fragment, I crossed that entire area that was new to me into another new area, got the map, explored that, found a giant hole in the ground. That giant hole I saw you could leap down. I went all the way down, and then that's a whole nother area that ends in this tremendously large boss battle that gets you to this certain NPC's location. This game is beautiful. You know, FromSoft is awesome. They are doing exactly what they should be doing. It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to push you to your limits. Like I say, if you don't like that, go play Zelda. Go play some other kiddie shit. What's that game called? Fall Guys? Go play Fall Guys. You'll be all right. And or like I remember after beating that area, it led to a cave that took you underwater to an island. It is just endless amount of stuff, so much so that I do have to have a notepad on my phone and be able to jot down, here's what I still need to do. I went left instead of right here. I need to go back and check that out. But These reviews are just bogus. It's people refusing to level. They went through all the challenge the first time to level and they're like, nope, not doing it again. Then you're not a Souls player, and there's nothing wrong with that. Did y'all see Asmongold flip out? That was bananas. Asmongold, I love Asmon. He's a streamer and he plays a lot of Souls games and he's beaten everything and he's actually a pretty good player. This game broke him. He had like a existential breakdown. It looked like he was about to be in tears. He's just, this game is too hard. I can't play hard games. I have to dodge. It was insane. Now, I've heard he's gone back, tried it again. Hopefully he had a little better luck in that. You know, I really like Asmon, and I was super shocked by that one. But I'm seeing so many people. Bad game design, bad level design. This is the same Dark Souls formula that's been around forever, because let's not forget, Elden Ring is just Dark Souls 4. It's just an evolution of the same formula we got in the first 3 Dark Souls, that we got in Bloodstained, to a lesser amount Sekiro, but still the same thing. Bottom line is this. This is a Souls game. Swallow your pride. Use everything that the game provides to you to figure out the puzzle, to figure out the challenge, and become victorious. In other words, get good, scrubs.
Not apologetic.
Nonsense.